You see those drops right there? You see those drops right there? Other than proving I have a leaky sink, that's progress. That's just a perfect little representation of progress, one drop at a time. You see how the one drop drops down and then it adds to the other drop, which then meets down there. And the progress is, you know, you're going down the drain. LOL. No, really. It's progress. One drop at a time. Move it, move it, move it. Hello, my lovely peaches. Happy Thursday. It is September. Let's see. It's the 28th. My God. Wait, is that true? Yes, that's true. It's September 28th. My goodness. Hello, my lovely peaches. I just wanted to make a little video today because I'm going to try again to make a quick video every day. Sometimes it won't be quick because I'll have a lot to say, and sometimes it will be quick because I won't have a lot to say or a lot of time. And I'm getting in my chair and my freaking thigh is hurting. I do not know. I got out of the car after dropping the kids off and I got like a freaking cramp in my thigh. So I got to massage that out. Oh. I have many, many tools. Many tools. I love self-massage. It's one of my most, I'm trying to see. It's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, look. So I'm going to do this a bit today to work that little cramp out. So, hello, happy Thursday. I wanted to make a quick video. What I really wanted to talk about is my next phase, the next phase of my life. So, I'm up-leveling myself. I'm up-leveling my, well, I don't want to say my job because it's not really a job. It's more like my company and what I'm doing and the clients that I have. So for 3 years, I was trying to be a florist and I was working at a florist, as a florist. Let me show you. And then I thought, oh, see my thigh. Ooh, I thought I'm going to transition into doing more plants. And I really wanted to do succulents. Let me show you my Mexican post. This baby, so beautiful. And this guy is the cutest. My Pondo Cliff. So and then a lot of them died. I don't have good lighting. So I really had planned to, I was trying to have plants at the flower shop. Oops, almost knocked my shelf over. I'm going to show you out here. So I had a lot of plants at the flower shop, and my hope and dream was to sell them. I wanted to transition into being able to sell the plants and to take care of the plants and not to just do cut flowers only, because cut flowers die quickly, like really within just days. And my long-term goal was at the time not to deal with cut flowers, but not to never have cut flowers, but to focus more on plants. But it didn't go that way because, so what I had hoped, what I was planning was I'm going to do a business plan so that the person, my boss at the time, the owner of the flower shop, I wanted to create something where we were working together. Like, not that I wanted to be part of his business, but that I wanted to sell things inside the shop that were like mine. And then I would, my whole thing was I was going to give him like a percent, and I was trying to figure it out. And then he went away for a few days. And while he was away, me and the master florist, we held it down, and that florist and I were friends, and he had a lot of belief in me, and he also was a lot more of like a hands-off than my boss. Like, basically my boss would almost never give me orders to do. He always wanted me to just answer phones, take orders, and like do the grunt work, which was, cleaning buckets, cleaning flowers, a lot of cutting off of thorns. And it was grunt work, but that was fine when I first got the job. I'd never worked in a florist before. I had no experience. So I was like, just give me anything. And so it started out that way, grunt work. And I am obsessed with flowers. Even the shirt I'm wearing right now has flowers on it. I've always been obsessed with flowers. And I was a very highly motivated employee or worker or whatever. I wanted to build a career. I wanted to be a high-end florist who did very artistic, beautiful floral arrangements that are high-end ticket prices. And that was my vision. But then when I started to work for him, I learned that he's not into that, and he likes to do things the old-fashioned way, the way his dad taught him, and he likes to go with the cheaper flowers. And he does sometimes order nicer flowers, but it has to be for a wedding or some type of special occasion. He doesn't really like to order ranunculus or peonies for just Saturday. So there was a lot of back and forth with him. People would call, they would want fancy stuff, and he's like, they have to order X amount, which was like kind of ridiculous. So the owner, boss guy, went away for like 3 or 4 days. And then me and my friend, coworker, we were holding that freaking floral shop down. Orders were coming in, and I was making them. Big orders, fancy orders, regular orders. It gave me so much confidence in those few days. I was soaring at the top of my creative energy. I was basking in the confidence that I had in myself, that my coworker had in me. And then that fucking boss came back and acted like none of that happened, because he didn't know, because he wasn't there. And he started treating me just like a grunt worker yet again as soon as he came back. And for me, that was the last straw. The day that he came back from being away, and the way he was treating me as if I was the same worker, not that I had been there for 3 years learning and taking classes online. He would literally see me taking Skillshare classes at the job, because he used to watch TV all the time. So I would be like, okay, fine, I'll watch something, but I'll watch something educational that has something to do with this job. I was making corsages and boutonnieres. I was doing these things on my own time with flowers that weren't going to sell. Like, I was so into it. I was so passionate. I was so committed. I was so enthusiastic, off the charts. And honestly, I think that terrified him, because he did not have any enthusiasm for it. It was a family floral shop that he took over from his dad. That's not even what he wanted to do. He had no passion for it, and it showed. And the moment he got back and he started to treat me like I was the same old grunt worker, my fucking mind, body, heart, soul, spirit, everything, it just shriveled up like a raisin inside for him. And that was my last day. The next day that I was supposed to go in, I called out. because it was just like, I could not bring myself to walk across that threshold of that door into that shop to be treated like I was a minimum wage grunt worker who couldn't do anything other than lifting heavy buckets, filling buckets of water and flour, food, and cleaning fucking thousands and thousands of roses. I was so sick of it, and I could not bring myself to go back and work for him. It just was so beneath my ability. And that was the last straw. When he went away for a few days and I got to actually shine and feel like how I should feel on every day coming to work, knowing that I'm capable, I'm talented, I'm creative, I have skills, I've got good customer service, I've got a good rapport with people, and I had to squash it all down, I couldn't do it. And I made the leap. I told him I had another job that I didn't have. I told him I had another employer I had to start working for right away, which was me. I told him that I wanted to give him 2 weeks notice, but they wanted me to start working. And I did tell him the truth that I actually needed to pay my rent. And if I worked a few days for him, then I wouldn't be able to earn the money that I was going to earn for them. And so I wouldn't be able to pay my rent. I don't know if I said it exactly like that, but that was basically like the gist of it. Like, yeah, I'm cracking my fucking knuckles. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to give you notice. I wanted to come and work for another couple weeks, or I wanted to come in and at least work for one more day and give you notice. Like, you know, we were friends. We went to school together. We known each other almost all our lives. Like, you know, not known, but like, hey, there's him. He's on the bus. We grew up in the same neighborhood. We took the same school bus. We were only 1 year apart. So for a lot of our high school, we were in the same school. We always like knew each other. And, you know, that gave me this false sense of like, oh, you know, he's like, he was a nice guy. He is a nice guy. He was a nice person. But that doesn't mean anything when it comes to me getting to the things that I wanted to do. So I made the leap and I quit. And I told him I had some other person to work for, and that was me. And that was a year ago. And now I'm up leveling even more. But just in this past year, I'm earning more than double what I was earning for him. But what I was earning for him was peanuts. What I was earning from him was nothing compared to what I had been earning previously. And it was nowhere near what I was capable of. So I left and invested in myself. So anyway, I left. After 3 years and a lot of contemplation and probably 100 hours worth of videos of me contemplating all the stuff, because I was wrestling with my own vision, my own dream, my own thoughts, desires, wishes, and hopes about what that role was going to become. And then there was the reality of who he was and what his business was. And when I left, I did at first start looking for other floral shop jobs. I went on a few interviews, and I actually interviewed with the woman who was the gold-winning top of our county for like 3 or 4 years running. She was the person that I always wanted to work for. She was like my number one dream floral job was to work for her. I got the interview, and basically I could have gotten the job. I could have started working for her. We actually had really clicked. We had a really nice, like, hour-long conversation, and I even had spoken to my other coworker, saying like, she's offering me this job. Maybe you want the job. And he was like, no, you can do it. Take it. You'll learn. After a couple weeks, you'll be in like Flynn, you know. But on one hand, I wasn't sure of my own skill. But then there was also like the reality, like me realizing, do I really want to work that much? Do I really want to make 35 floral arrangements a day? Is that where I want my career to go? I don't think so. However, she wanted somebody who was like a master florist level, or at least closer to that. And I felt that because of how little my boss had confidence in me and how little how few floral arrangements he gave me to do regularly, and how like I had to literally beg to be allowed to do a floral arrangement instead of just cleaning fucking flowers. So I didn't feel that I was at that level. But then there was also the reality, like as I was doing the interview and as I was like searching for the job, I really just kind of realized I'm tired of that grunt work. I'm tired of lifting heavy ass buckets filled with water and 50 roses. Or a bucket with 150 roses. Those motherfuckers are heavy. I'm down in the basement doing laundry. Robin! Yeah, those fucking buckets of roses were so heavy, and the lilies, and on and on and on. I love them, but my God, they're heavy and prickly and a bastard. With thorns, and you know, they come all big and bushy, and then you have to like trim them down. I basically realized I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of getting my fingers cut. I'm tired of getting poked. I'm tired of carrying this heavy stuff. I'm tired of having to have, actually, this one has bleach on it too. I thought there was a bigger stain, but I'm tired of like every other day my clothes end up with bleach on them. I'm tired of having to always dress kind of bummy. I'm trying to look cute, but at the same time, I'm kind of bummy because when you're at a flower shop, there's a lot of water, there's chemicals, the flowers themselves get on you. There's like a lot of flowers have stuff inside, like lilies have like this powder that gets on you, and it's a messy job. It's a messy, messy job. Your fingers get wet a lot. You got to wear gloves all the time. It's just not like an easy job. It's a very difficult job. And flowers are also extremely expensive. They're also extremely delicate. And they're very temperature sensitive. And a cut flower is basically dying. So every time you touch it, it's creating more damage. So there are so many reasons why I discerned, I don't want to have a floral shop of my own. I don't think that being a florist is my long-term career goal, although you can earn quite a lot of money when you're doing high-end stuff. I knew that there was no chance for that where I had been. And when I interviewed with that lady, I came home and I really thought about it. And at that point, I started having some virtual clients, working from home with virtual clients. And I had been wanting to work virtually, like full-time virtually, instead of like, I've been working virtually on and off for years, where I would, do some work virtually and part-time here and there and stuff, or project or whatever. But I hadn't had like a full-on virtual job. And so that whole thing made me realize that this is where I want to transition. I want to transition to working virtually. 2020 and the last 3 years made that shift from kind of a pipe dream to like an actual reality. Society has shifted. There's so many people who are trying to insist that remote work is a temporary, that it's never going to last, even though people have been working remotely forever. And, there's some companies that it's just not going to work. Like, I couldn't be a florist remotely because I got to be at the flower shop. I couldn't work at a restaurant. Well, I did actually work for some of the stuff I did for the floral shop and the restaurant was remote. There was a lot of stuff I was able to do remote. But obviously I couldn't pack up orders or, make flower arrangements remote. So I'm fully aware. Some jobs you have to be remote. Some jobs you can do at home. Some jobs you have to be in the office. Some jobs it's a mixture. So I've been utilizing the skills that I have acquired with my experiences over the last 3 decades. And that has also helped me in the last year hone in further on what clients I want to have, what work I want to be hired to do, and what I think my top tier skills are. So, like I said, I really just want to start making a video. I want to try to do one a day or, multiple times a week, because I want to increase engagement on my channel. And even though I've got like 5,000 people on my cat dancing and stretching, the clients that I really want to build up over here are people who are interested in me as your personal insight coach. So an insight coach is someone, me, who can talk to you about your situation. Maybe it's a job situation that you're wrestling with. Maybe you want to make a career change. Maybe you want to make a change in your life from being a messy person who's always busy, who's distracted, and you want to learn how to become a neat and tidy person. Now, I'm not like Dana K. White, where, Dana K. White's entire platform is about training people to do that specifically, to become a neat and tidy person. Those are my words. And her thing is, a slob comes clean. So I'm not saying I'm going to train you how to be a neat and tidy person, or I'm going to train you how to be an entrepreneur. My insight is valuable to you in the sense of giving you insight onto where you're, when I hear you speak about your life and your circumstances and your hopes and your wishes and your dreams and your complaints and your limitations and your fears and your insecurities, then I can give you insight on what I'm able to gather from the bird's eye view of what you're telling me that you probably can't see because you are too laser focused in it. And very often when we are in the soup, we're in that stew, we're that frog that got hot because we boiled up along with it. So we don't see the details the same way an outside observer who has actually nothing to gain or lose, like for example with me, if I had been my own insight client and I was saying, well, I've been training to be a florist for 3 years, but there's all these problems with it. And the biggest problem, beyond the fact that the boss didn't believe in me and didn't want to give me the work to do, the pay was minimum wage. So I was working full time for him in the hopes and dreams of turning it into a career. But because he paid so low, I had to go work somewhere else. So I was working 2 jobs the whole time that I was with him. I never was able to have him as my only employer because he paid so low. Okay, so as an insight coach, I would be able to give you my insight. And it doesn't matter to me if you want to continue to be a florist. Do you want to get the job with the other florists? Do you want to try to open up your own business? Do you want to do something else? So from my perspective, being able to offer my objective insight in your life, in your circumstances, can potentially redirect you and help you to find yourself on the path that you really want to go. So, an example, I spoke to Veronica Isles for 15 minutes. And the truth is that if I were to repeat the things that she said to me, it's not as if she said something to me that was so outrageously out of this world or so unbelievable, or concepts or words that I'd never heard before. So it wasn't that, but it was the way she said it, the timing of receiving that message, the fact that I was so open to getting that insight from her. Even the act of when I went and I purchased that 15 minutes and I made that payment, I felt that I'm not blowing money. I'm not wasting money. on 15 minutes. I am investing money into a time to converse with someone whose insight was going to be like an up-leveled experience for me. Because when you allow somebody to have insight into your situation and you then allow yourself to accept their advice, you can really learn and grow. So I have been listening to her for years for free, and I have used and utilized every advice that I got. But when I was speaking to her one-on-one directly and expressing my actual personal desires and getting feedback that was catered directly to me, that message was very powerful, and it's with me. It's actually part of what I'm saying to you right now. Speaking to Veronica, as well as some of my other friends and loved ones, has helped me to realize I am so ready to offer my services in this realm where I've already been doing it. It's like my girlfriend said to me when she called me specifically because she needed insight, and she said, "You're the person I had to call because you are the person whose insight is the most valuable." She has a therapist that she pays for, and of course that's a different type of insight. I'm not a therapist, but I am going to give you insight that you can use into your life to up-level yourself, just like I am up-leveling myself. So like I said in yesterday's video, where I was a little bit of a rant and a little bit of a rambling on and a little bit of complaining and like, you know, being annoyed because irritated at another creator, because at some point it's just like, I don't feel that there's the authenticity of what your message is versus what is being represented. It doesn't feel like, I was saying with that so-called van life lady who was like going to her storage, and it's pretty obvious that's her apartment. So she's either illegally living in a storage unit as an apartment, or she's just straight up pretending that she's doing van life and she has an apartment. And why would somebody do that? I don't know. Views, clicks, likes, follows. Why would somebody sit in their car and wear the same zip-up sweatshirt every single day for 3 years? You scroll through the videos and it's just like, do you own another article of clothing? Oh, there's a blue one. Okay. Oh, back to the same ugly sweat. I mean, one of my most favorite people, Ralph Smart, he went through a phase where he wore the same suit for every single video. And that annoyed me too. It was a nice suit with a nice shirt and a nice blazer. But why are you wearing the same thing every day? Nobody does that. It doesn't look realistic. Like, I love Ralph Smart, and he finally started changing his clothes. I literally almost wrote an email like 3 or 4 times to that lady. Like, I just need to know, how is it possible that you have the same sweatshirt on every single day? You make a video in your car every day. I think she would say she was going to the gym. Okay, so maybe she has this one particular, I don't know why it bothers me so much. Like, I talked about it yesterday and I laughed. I watched that part of the video and I rewinded it like 5 times because I was fucking laughing at myself. Like, I am funny. I'm funny that I am so annoyed that this girl wears the same shirt every day. Like I was saying with Ralph, like, Ralph, I love you, and maybe that's a $5,000 suit, but I do not want to see the same suit every day. It feels cringe. It starts to feel like a robot. It starts to feel like a cartoon character, like Charlie Brown. Like, bitch, get a new shirt. I don't care that you're a fucking cartoon character, and it's easier to just, it's an icon. It's iconic. No. Wash your laundry. Get a new shirt. Anyway, And then there's me over here, and I have like 20 loads because I have too many clothes. I need to get rid of some stuff. And then you got Dana K. White over here who's like, the container is the space, and you've got too much stuff. You have 5,000 too many shirts. So, anywho, if you're interested in hearing more, then follow me, subscribe, hit the bell. Like I said, I'm going to start trying to make more videos on a regular basis because I think it's more fun. And when there's something to look forward to and you know, hey, I'm going to see a new video of her in a day or two instead of like a week or two, then maybe more people will be interested and maybe my channel will grow. So I'm going to grow my channel based on my authentic messages, my weird, eccentric way of looking at things, my very many different shirts, and the wide variety of backgrounds that I share. Where's my shoe? Trying to find my shoe under there. Oh, my fucking thigh. I gotta do more rolling of that out. So, I can't find my shoe. I was trying to walk down just to give you a different view. So, just to wrap it up, what I was saying about getting different clients, look at my pepper lights. Aren't they the cutest thing you've ever seen in your whole life? Close to it. Getting different clients, because the clients that I have currently, yes, I really like them and I enjoy what I'm doing for them. However, I have a lot of other skills that I could up-level my clients who want an up-leveled experience. So little by little, but surely and surely, I am shifting to the type of work that I really was meant to do, like it's my actual purpose. And that is what I'm gonna do. It's chilly. It's kind of cloudy out. Thank you for joining me. Hi, good morning. Somebody's dog goes poopy over there, so he's probably smelling it.
What was that?
Oh, somebody's dog goes poop over there a lot, so he probably is like checking it out. Yeah.
He's a sniffer.
Is that Bichon Frise or?
It is. You're the first one to correctly guess.
Nice.
He's a good boy.
Very cute.
Thank you. His name's Bruno.
Aw.
I'm Andy.
I'm Kat.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, that's why we named him that. I have a 4-year-old. I have a 4-year-old and an almost 2-year-old, so we watch a ton of Encanto.
Oh, that's cute.
Very pretty.
The neighbors. All right, and with that, thank you for joining my video. And I'll see you in the next one. I hope that was helpful or at least entertaining. And my fucking thigh, man. Oh, look, let's see. Can you see Bruno? Let's see, the little dog. There he is. Look at the cute little Bruno. Little fluff. Chow mein. See you tomorrow, maybe. There you go. Got my washed, bleached pants, washing all the coats that I wanted to wash little by little. Like I said yesterday, I did 10 loads of laundry with the kids at the laundromat to make a big dent. And now I've committed that every day while the kids are at school. I'm going to do 2 to 3 loads and just slowly but surely make dents and progress. Squeezing through. Those are boxes that should have been recycled, but I didn't get to them in time. And I'm walking through my apartment. So like I said in the other video, if you want to see the videos where I actually show the messy parts and I really get into it, let me show. I rinsed these shells again. These are the shells that he got on his field trip. We're supposed to boil. Oh, and this pot, oops. There's some light. This pot has a hole in it. I didn't even know that. I poured them in here to fill them up with water because I was like, well, they went with their dad for the weekend. So I was like, I'll just soak them and we can boil them when you get back. And I put them in here. And then I came back and the water was gone. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know that this pot had a fucking crack in it. Thank God I didn't put it on the stove. And so anyway, they've been sitting in water. I just refreshed the water. It's kind of gross, but we have to boil them or they stink. So that's a project. Oh, and by the way, you can see my nasty ass tub that it looks dirty, but it's not. It's all the tubness is scraped off. And so it's just stained. And she was like, if I change it, it's going to take a week and you're going to have to leave. And she doesn't want to do it. Bathroom shot. She doesn't want to fix it. She's not going to fix it. That's fine. As I'm saying, this whole video, this whole series, this whole channel, this whole life, it's all about up-leveling. Little by little. Let me close the door because it's actually, I always used to keep this open in the summer, get extra air, but it's getting cold now. When I cook, I open it. I'm just popping in one last time to say that it sounds like a pipe dream. A lot of people believe you have to do jobs you don't like. You have to have clients you don't like. You have to have a boss you don't like. You have to work hard doing things you don't enjoy, making a little bit of money. You have to suffer and to struggle. You have to live paycheck to paycheck. But other people don't believe that. Other people don't experience that. Other people have jobs that they love, doing the things that they love, making good money so that they can have, instead of having a car that has a leaky sunroof, so every time it rains, I have to either put the car cover on it and then that creates another issue, or I don't put the car cover on it and then it leaks. And I have a bucket in the back where the leaky water can go, but it still smells like mold and it's still probably a health problem. So my journey is a journey of authentic up-leveling. My journey is a journey, an evolution. Like I said yesterday's video, I used to be the lovely opinionated vegan evolution. Because I'm opinionated, I'm lovely. I'm vegan and I'm evolving. And my vegan journey was evolving and my healing journey is evolving. My career is evolving. My clients are evolving. My hourly rate is evolving. Get it now while it's as low as it is, because this is the lowest it's ever going to be. And I believe that by being authentic, that will resonate with some people, the right people. And I believe in myself. I've had to become my own mother. I've had to become my own teacher. I've had to become my own cheerleader, my own motivator. I've had to find the inner reason that I would be a self-sustaining, inspired actor, or I don't mean actor as in actor, but actor in my own life, a self-sustaining, inspired action to continue doing what I want to do. So my ultimate purpose, my bird's eye view, my why is because I want to spread love in the world. I want to share love. I want to be like a dandelion, releasing little seeds of love everywhere I go, and just letting little flowers of love pop up all over the place, even in the crack of a sidewalk. So my dreams and goals for myself are indeed not practical compared to what I was told to do, compared to what I used to do, compared to what I was doing, compared to what I'm even doing right now. Like actually right now I have to go to work at my computer. I have clients who I like, I enjoy. I really do enjoy the work that I'm doing for these clients. And I want more clients that I can do even more things for and with and enjoy even more. And I encourage you to want more for yourself that's more authentic. I encourage you to allow yourself to consider that maybe you could be happier if you believed in it. If you believed in your right to be happier, if you believed in your ability to have a happier life, what would you actually do?